Hey guys, thank you for joining me again today. I am so excited to talk to you. I feel like I say this every time, but I am so excited to show you guys this today. I was gonna do this whole conversation in one video, but then I realized that one video was gonna be 6 hours long, and yeah, we don't need a 6 hour long video. So I'm gonna be breaking this conversation down into small little chunks so that we can really truly understand what's going on here. And what conversation am I talking about? I am talking about the conversation between the angel Gabriel and Zechariah. So Luke set up this scene in the last video we talked about. He explained what Zechariah did. He explained what Zechariah and Elizabeth have been praying about. He explains what Zechariah's job was, all of these things. So he set up the scene. And now we're going to switch to Zechariah's perspective. What did Zechariah see? So it's going to actually be, the verses that we're going to talk about are going to be Luke chapter 1, verse 11 through 13. And I know that's a small amount of verses, but to be completely honest with you, there are some huge things in those verses. Did I say 13? I meant 14. Sorry. So Luke chapter 1, verse 11 through 14. I'm going to read it and we're going to get into it. While Zechariah was in the sanctuary, an angel of the Lord appeared to him, standing to the right of the incense altar. Zechariah was shaken and overwhelmed with fear when he saw him. But the angel said, "Do not be afraid, Zechariah. God has heard your prayer. Your wife Elizabeth will give you a son, and you are to name him John. You will have great joy and gladness, and many will rejoice at his birth." So, that's a lot. I want to first talk about angels. There are many depictions of angels and what angels look like. And when we think about angels, sometimes fluffy clouds and babies and wings and that kind of stuff appear in our brains. And to be completely honest with you, it would be adorable if that's what an angel looked like. But that's not what they look like. They're actually terrifying. Some of them look like, in my opinion, this is what I'm gathering from this, they kind of look like Thor, but 10 times bigger, electric clothes. They're terrifying. And some look even more scary. And the reason why I can say definitively that they are not babies on fluffy clouds is because every time an angel shows up in the Bible, the first words out of their mouth is, "Do not be afraid." You do not have to be afraid. Would you be afraid of a baby on a cloud playing a harp with angels, wings, and all that stuff? No. That'd be adorable. Like I said, I would love it. But that's not the case. I have a new camera, and it's acting weird. I don't know. So I apologize if it goes in and out of focus. But, so we see right here in these verses, it literally says Zechariah was shaken and overwhelmed with fear. I don't know about you, but I think more, Thor. This big dude appeared out of nowhere. Zechariah is supposed to be the only one in the sanctuary of the Lord, and all of a sudden, here's this dude. He's huge. He can squish you, and you're terrified. You're terrified. And I can imagine, and this is just my opinion, but I can imagine Zechariah backing up and trying to get into a corner or trying to hide under something. And then the angel Gabriel says, "But wait, stop. Don't be scared. I know I look like this. I know I look terrifying, but do not be afraid." And I don't know about you, but at first, even if an angel told me not to be afraid, I think I'd still be afraid. Because what else are we supposed to do? when we see this creature. But the thing about angels are they're messengers. They're messengers from God. They bring a direct message from Him. So Gabriel goes into that message. And I think that message kind of is the thing that starts to calm Zechariah down. And kind of has him go, okay, maybe I am safe. Maybe I don't need to be afraid. And I'm going to reread the beginning of this message, because this isn't the whole message. This is just the beginning of it, because there's many different parts to this message. And I feel like we need to break those parts down. So, the beginning of the message is, but the angel said, do not be afraid, Zechariah. So he says it, he calls him by his name. And when you call somebody by their name, it can, at points, calm the person down. Be like, hey, you're gonna be okay, whatever your name is. You're gonna be alright. It's acknowledging who you are. And the angel here is acknowledging who Zechariah is. He's like, he could just say, do not be afraid, and end it there, but he doesn't. He adds Zechariah's name into it, so it helps him kind of feel a little more comfortable. And then it says, God has heard your prayer. Your wife Elizabeth will give you a son, and you will name him John. There's a specific reason why he was to be named John. And the name John means the Lord is gracious. That's something huge, because of what John is going to do, who John is going to end up being. He's going to be talking about God to crowds, to huge crowds. And this angel is saying, God wants you to name your son John. The Lord is gracious. Then it says, you will have great joy and gladness, and many will rejoice at his birth. So Gabriel not only uses Zechariah's name to try to calm him, try to make him not afraid, but he also gives him this great news. Hey, you guys are gonna have excitement. You guys are gonna be happy and glad, and you're going to rejoice, and you're going to celebrate. This also probably calms Zechariah a little bit, going, oh wait, okay, this isn't bad, this isn't all bad, this isn't bad, this is a good message. Sometimes we have to, we have to look at it, even if it's a situation that we're in that initially looks hard or tough, or that we can't overcome. We have to know that God is there. God hears our prayers. That's what Luke is telling us right now, because that's something else the angel says. God heard your prayers. God heard you every single time you prayed for that thing. God heard you every time your wife prayed for a child. And God hears you every time you pray. And sometimes, like Zechariah and Elizabeth, we don't get our prayers answered right away. Sometimes God wants to grow us before answering that prayer that we are asking. And sometimes He doesn't answer them because it's not good for us. It's not what He wants to do with us. And it's hard when that happens, because we feel like we need those things. Like I said in the last video, there's so many things that I pray for, so many things that I feel like I need. And I don't know whether it's I need to grow, or maybe those things just aren't what God wants for me. Either way, I need to trust that He hears me. And it says that a lot in the Bible too. I mean, that might be obvious, but He says, God heard your prayers. And Luke is saying that to us, and God is saying that to us. He hears us. He doesn't just ignore us. He wants us to come to him. He wants us to pray. He wants us to sit there and say, this is what I want. This is what I need. Just like a child to their parents. Sometimes we, as parents, cannot give our kids everything they want. Unfortunately, we can't. But that doesn't mean that we don't want to hear them. That doesn't mean that they're not going to tell us. It just means that we can't, at that point, give them everything, give them the thing they really want, or maybe we just can't give it to them. And that's okay. But acknowledging what they're saying, acknowledging that they're asking for this thing, that's what we need to do, and that's what God is doing. He's saying, I hear you. Every time you pray to me, I hear you. Every time you cry, I hear you. Every single time, I hear you. And I know personally, in my life, one of the reasons why I wanted to stop here today on the verse that says, you will have great joy and gladness, and many will rejoice at his birth. Sometimes, though that seems pretty obvious, like everyone's gonna get excited that John is born, sometimes you need to hear that. Sometimes you need to hear, hey, it's hard right now. What you're going through is not great. What you're going through is very painful, but you will have gladness. You will have joy. You will eventually have something to celebrate. And sometimes I need to hear that because, especially lately, I have been going through what seems to be hard thing after hard thing after hard thing after hard thing. But this reminds me that everything happens in seasons. Sometimes we're in a hard season of our lives, and we have to trust that God is there. And sometimes we're in great seasons of our lives when we're celebrating, and we have to know that He is gracious enough to give us that. But here's the thing, and I'm gonna repeat it again. You will have great joy and gladness, and many will rejoice at His birth. You will have times in your life that are going to be joyous and going to be celebratory, and you're going to have that. And I don't know if you're going through a really hard time right now. I don't know if you are struggling, and if you are, I just want you to know, number one, it says it right here, God hears you. And number two, I want you to know that you will have seasons of great joy. It may seem like darkness right now, but it's not. God is with you, and it's okay to pray to Him. It's okay to cry at Him. It's okay to even wrestle with Him about what's going on. I mean, we see that with Jacob. Jacob wrestles with God. God doesn't say we can't come to Him and be like, I don't get this. But we also need to remember that even though it seems tough right now, there will be those moments of gladness, and there will be those moments of celebration. So, my prayer for you today is that even in the little moments, if you're going through something hard, I totally get it. I am struggling with things in my life right now. But looking for those little pieces, those little moments of gladness and joy. Don't forget to pray. Don't forget to ask God why. It's okay. It's okay. We don't have to just accept it. We can say why. We can ask. We may not always get the answer we want, but we can ask, and we can pray, and we can say over and over again, I don't get this. Please help me. Please, I need this thing. And if God gives it to us, great. If He doesn't, there's a reason. There's a reason we may not know. But I hope that you have a great day today. And I hope that you find little pieces of joy in your life. And please hit that like button and that subscribe button and all the buttons, and leave a comment down below. I want to get these videos to whoever needs to see them. So I hope you have a great day. Bye.